If somebody told you that a question mark was invented by an Eskimo and a walrus who were bored one day, you'd think it was absolutely ludicrous. But if 10 people who you knew and you associated with also backed up and confirmed that statement, you might start to believe it. And that's effectively what an echo chamber is. People walk around in the same circles with the same friends, and they give them a confirmation bias about how they see the world, even if it's completely false. If you follow 5 steps that are not particularly difficult, you can break away from this sort of echo chamber and live a more fruitful and possibly realistic life. The first point is to seek out your news and information from different sources. Don't listen to Auntie Betty all the time or some sort of radical group on Facebook about how and why the bins haven't been emptied twice a month. Seek out different sources and try and make them trusted sources. The second point is to seek out opposing views. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to listen to other people who you might disagree with, but sometimes if you see the world through somebody else's spectacles, you manage to get a different view and you're not so inclined to believe the same thing again and again. The third step is to conduct some sort of critical thinking. Don't just believe things and take them at face value. Do some digging. Why are certain government policies being pushed through? See who's going to benefit, who owns shares in particular companies. And then the world opens up and you get a decent sense of reality that often it's not for the common good, it's for certain individuals who are going to benefit immensely. The fourth point is to diversify information sources. So don't just stick with Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. Read a book or perhaps even a newspaper. It might be somewhat archaic, but it might give you a different perspective on the world. Also, it's interesting to read things from different periods in time because often history repeats itself and you see the same patterns occurring again. And the fifth point is to engage in some sort of constructive dialogue. When you consume information, don't just take it as it is, argue against it and push back and ask people to back up their ideas. Sometimes they just completely capitulate because there's no real facts or evidence to back up statements. And that basically eradicates the echo chamber. So, to go over those 5 points again, seek out different sources of information, seek out opposing views, do some critical thinking, diversify the sources of information in terms of the types of information, whether that be online or offline, and engage in some sort of constructive dialogue and challenge the status quo. And that's not the band. And hopefully, you'll be able to escape from the echo chamber.